Since nobody else wants to do it, I guess I have to be the bad guy. This figure sucks. I don't like it. It could have been better. It's definitely not worth full price. You can find it on clearance, I guess. If you're a Miguel fan, grab it, I guess. But I'm not going to recommend this. It could be, it should be. I'm going to stop saying could when I refer to Hasbro. It should be so much better. There's no reason this is a new sculpt and doesn't have butterfly joints. It should have had a disc head because that's as high as he'll look up. As far as he'll look down. It's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous. He has the double barbell. Or he has the barbell, like, neck articulation, which is, I don't understand. I don't understand why they went that route. I do like the silhouette, I guess you could say. Like his, how he's, like, blocky at the top and then thinner down low. It gives the look he has in the movie, which is a lot of people's complaint because this is really on model with the movie. People complain about this and Spider-Punk and the rest of the wave and saying how weird they look. They look too cartoony, which is the point because they're based on an animated movie. I don't know why anyone would think differently. He does have some suit detail, which is appropriate, I guess. I guess his suit in that movie has that kind of detail. Most of the Spider-Man figures we get doesn't have like tech detail like that, so that's interesting. Cape's pretty... The sculpt of the cape is nice, but it being this thick is kind of silly. I don't know why. Honestly, looking at it, they could have just put a little hinge in there so when you want to jump the figure, you can have the cape up, because without the hinge, it's really just a thick piece of plastic. These are soft rubber, and I get it. They're pointy. They didn't want to poke anybody's eyes out. But the articulation is pretty bad. Even considering this, why they didn't continue the sculpt up, I'll never know. We'll never know, I guess. The crunch isn't too bad. It's not a bad-looking crunch, but they should have continued the sculpt at least. I am not a fan of this figure. I wanted to like it. It looks good standing straight up and down. It looks great. With articulation and everything, this figure is just not that great. Standing is somewhat of a problem too because he has really little feet. You can see there. Let me try it again. His feet are really little. I'm not saying he won't stand, but you'll get that situation. And then I have like on my ankles, this one's kind of loose. It's not locked in. Like this one is locked in. It's not budging. This one has a little wiggle to it. So that little wiggle with these little feet, if you don't get it just right, it'll fall over. So it's not the greatest figure. I really wanted this to be great too, so it kind of sucks. Let's go over articulation though. I showed you the neck. You can get expressive. Mine's just kind of loose. You can get expressive with the neck though. You can go, side to side with the neck. He will look up that far, down that far. I wish this guy had butterfly joints. I wish he had, I don't know why. It doesn't have butterfly joints. It's a mystery to me. The sculpt is new. It's a new figure. Everything was new. Everything is new here. So I don't understand why not just give it the articulation it could have. The waist, the crunch I showed you up and down. It's not bad except for that sculpt should have continued. The swivel breaks the sculpt as well. Me and Unparalleled were talking about this on his live. And he thinks they should have just continued the sculpt, which would have been cool. I personally think they should have did the ball waist with the diaphragm cut. That would have been perfect for this figure. Especially with the articulation setup they were going for. That ball waist and that diaphragm would have been perfect. And you won't have to worry about breaking the sculpt here. Well, it'll still break, but it won't look as ugly. It won't look as ugly, especially up here. Just continue to sculpt, diaphragm it, and it would have been fine, I think. Coming out to the hips, there's all the way up. There's really no back because he has like this square butt that's in the way. But that's all the way up. There's a swivel there. Bend. I did trim out some of the plastic. I had a guy on Instagram show me a couple of mods. I trimmed out some of the plastic, and it honestly didn't make a difference because the knee bends the same unless I have to trim more. I don't know. And then, like I showed you, the little feet, they just go up and down, and then the rocker. But yeah, this figure could have been better, I think. It could have been a whole lot better. This figure is a letdown, if you ask me. Not the best at all. There is one shining figure in the wave, though, that I really like. Punk is the best in the wave. I'm gonna do a review because I made some mods on him, too. As far as $20.99 goes, major letdown. If you can, wait for a sale. Don't be like me and pay $27, $26. Don't pay retail for this. Just wait. That, yeah, I wouldn't do it. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and